Raider Nation, buckle up because this one's huge. Shocking rumors are swirling that Russell Wilson could be heading to Las Vegas. But wait, there's more. The Chiefs, our biggest division rivals, are facing serious internal trouble that could shake up the entire AFC West. Could this be the perfect opportunity for the Raiders to rise? Let's break it all down right now. If you're a true Raiders fan, you already know we bring you everything about the silver and black with passion and intensity. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and get ready because this video is packed with game-changing news. For those who may have forgotten, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson were one of the most dominant duos in the NFL when they were together in Seattle. They led the Seahawks to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1 in 2014. Now with Carroll taking over the Raiders, rumors are swirling about a possible reunion. Wilson isn't the same player he was a decade ago, but he's still an experienced quarterback who could bring stability to our offense. And after the quarterback disaster we witnessed in 2024, could he be the solution we need? Wilson started strong with the Pittsburgh Steelers last season, leading them to an impressive 6-1 record early on, but the end was brutal. Pittsburgh collapsed, lost their final games and got eliminated from the playoffs without much of a fight. Now Wilson is a free agent looking for a fresh start. The big question here is, does Russell Wilson still have what it takes? His arm is still solid, but his mobility isn't what it used to be. If the Raiders provide him with a strong offensive line and weapons like Jakobi Meyers and Brock Bowers, could he revive his career in Vegas? Let's be honest, quarterback play was one of the biggest problems for the Raiders last season. Aiden O'Connell had flashes of potential, Gardner Minshew brought energy, but in the end, we just weren't consistent enough to compete at a high level. We need a reliable leader under center. So here's the question. Should the Raiders take a chance on a veteran like Wilson? Or should they use their number 6 pick in the draft to bring in a young franchise quarterback? This decision could define the future of the team for years to come. The financial side of things matters too. Wilson has already earned a massive fortune in his career, so the Raiders could potentially offer him a team-friendly, incentive-based deal. That way, we could still have enough cap space to strengthen other areas of the roster. If the front office plays this smart, we could bring in a veteran QB without jeopardizing the future of the franchise. But is this a gamble worth taking? If the Raiders decide not to go after Wilson, the logical move would be drafting a quarterback. With the number 6 pick, we could land a promising talent like Jaden Daniels or Drake May, but developing a rookie takes time. And that's where a veteran like Wilson could come in handy. He could serve as a mentor while keeping the team competitive in the short term, allowing a young QB to learn and develop properly. While the Raiders are figuring things out, the Kansas City Chiefs are reportedly dealing with some serious internal issues. Sources say that tensions are rising behind the scenes. Patrick Mahomes is a generational talent, but even he can struggle if the structure around him starts falling apart. With uncertainty in their roster and contract situations up in the air, the Chiefs might not be as dominant in 2025. Could this be the window the Raiders have been waiting for to climb back to the top of the AFC West? Speaking of talent, we can't overlook one of the most underrated players on this team, Jakobi Meyers. He arrived in Vegas without much hype, but in 2024-25 he had the best season of his career, surpassing 1,000 receiving yards for the first time. The most impressive part? He wasn't a first-round pick, didn't have an easy road in the NFL. Meyers grinded, improved every season, and is now a crucial piece of the Raiders' offense. Jakobi Meyers and Brock Bowers pulled off something rare. 2 Raiders receivers with over 1,000 yards in the same season. That has only happened 3 times before in franchise history. This proves that the Raiders' offense has serious potential. If we can solve the quarterback situation, this team could be dangerous in 2025. Now it's time for the front office to make some crucial decisions. Do we invest in the draft, go after a veteran like Wilson, or gamble on Minshew and O'Connell for another season? What we know for sure is that this offseason will shape the future of the Raiders. A wrong move could set us back years, but the right one could make us playoff contenders again. Now I want to hear from you, Raider Nation. What do you think about the possibility of Russell Wilson coming to Vegas? Do you think he still has what it takes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and let's debate like the die-hard Raiders fans we are. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a Raiders update. And if you got a friend who needs to hear these rumors, share this video with them. The more Raider Nation stays connected, the better. The future of the Raiders is being shaped right now, and we're going to follow every step of the journey together. Stay tuned because the 2025 season is shaping up to be unforgettable. And as always, go Raiders! Raider Nation, hold on tight. The rumors are heating up, and this time they involve none other than Russell Wilson. That's right, the former quarterback of the Seahawks and Steelers is strongly speculated as a potential addition to the Raiders. But that's not all. This move could create a domino effect in the AFC West and bring trouble for the Chiefs. Could Mahomes' dynasty be in danger? What makes this story even more intriguing is the presence of Pete Carroll as the new head coach of the Raiders. With a winning history alongside Wilson in Seattle, many believe that this reunion could happen. But is Wilson the answer to the Raiders' quarterback problems? Let's dive into this scenario and analyze what could unfold. Before we talk about the future, we need to understand what Wilson did last season. In 2024, he signed a one-year deal with the Steelers and had a promising start, leading the team to a 6-1 record. However, the magic didn't last and the team finished with a 9-8 campaign, getting eliminated early in the playoffs. Not exactly what the fans expected, but he still showed flashes of his talent. In 11 games as a starter, Wilson threw for 2,482 yards, 16 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. Respectable numbers, but they raise questions. Does he still have what it takes to be an elite quarterback, or is his time up? That's one of the big questions the Raiders need to answer before making any decision. The Raiders finished the 2024 season with a disastrous 4-13 record, and a big part of that was the inconsistency at the quarterback position. The franchise tried everything: Jimmy Garoppolo, Aiden O'Connell, and even a few snaps with Brian Hoyer. Nothing worked. The offense was predictable and ineffective, leaving the defense under constant pressure. Now, with the 6th pick in the 2025 draft, the Raiders are at a crossroads. Invest in a young talent like Drake May or J.J. McCarthy, or bring in a veteran to stabilize the team. Wilson emerges as an intriguing option due to his experience and connection with Pete Carroll. At 73 years old, Pete Carroll has become the oldest head coach in NFL history, but his energy remains the same. Known for creating positive and competitive environments, Carroll has already started shaping his vision for the Raiders. He has talked about building a physical and disciplined team, something fans have missed in recent years. Carroll has also emphasized the importance of constructing a balanced offense capable of competing head-to-head with the AFC powerhouses. This means a reliable quarterback is essential. And guess who has already thrived under his command? Yes, Russell Wilson. But does this reunion make sense for the Raiders? One of the most important players on the roster, Max Crosby, shared his first impressions of Pete Carroll and seemed quite excited. During his podcast, The Rush with Max Crosby, he praised the energy and vision of the new coach, which is excellent news for Raiders fans. Crosby also revealed that he had initial conversations with the new GM, John Spytek, and liked what he heard about the plan for the future. After a frustrating year full of changes, the fact that one of the team's leaders is enthusiastic could indicate that things are heading in a positive direction in Las Vegas. If Wilson really lands in Las Vegas, the impact on the AFC West will be massive. The Chiefs have dominated the division for years, but a more competitive Raiders team could make this battle much tougher. With an experienced coach and a reliable quarterback, the team could challenge Mahomes and company like never before. Additionally, Denver and the Chargers are also in a rebuilding phase, which means the window for a power shift might be open. What the Raiders do this offseason could be crucial in determining their future in the division. The big question is, will Russell Wilson actually join the Raiders? The speculations are gaining traction, but nothing has been confirmed yet. What we do know is that Pete Carroll has immense respect for Wilson, and if he believes the veteran can elevate the team's level, the possibility exists. On the other hand, the Raiders are also evaluating their options in the draft and free agency. Either way, this offseason promises to be one of the most eventful in recent years. And you Raiders fans, what do you think? Would Wilson be a good bet, or should the team take a different route? Drop your comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Raiders updates. Raider Nation, what I have for you today is absolutely insane. Are you ready for this? Russell Wilson to the Raiders? Yes, you heard that right. A massive rumor is going around, and trust me, this could change everything. Plus, we got hot updates on Pete Carroll taking over as head coach and Max Crosby's first impressions. And hold on, because the Kansas City Chiefs are in big trouble. Today's episode is unmissable. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button to support the channel. And tell me in the comments, would you want to see Russell Wilson leading the Raiders offense? Type yes or no right now, and let's get this debate rolling. The day has finally come. Pete Carroll has officially been introduced as the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, and the energy at that press conference, off the charts. Raider Nation is divided on this, but one thing is certain: Carroll brings experience, a winning mindset, and the ability to build a strong locker room culture, something this team desperately needs. Raider Nation, we're so close. The goal is to hit 2,000 subscribers, and with your help, I know we can make it happen. If you love this kind of Raiders content, hit that subscribe button and join us on this amazing journey. Every single subscription counts, and together we can show the strength of Raider Nation. Share this with your friends and let's spread the silver and black spirit. Let's do this and just win, baby. And guess who showed up to welcome the new era? None other than Marshawn Lynch. That's right, Beast Mode himself, who played under Carroll for 6 seasons in Seattle, was there. And man, like when Marshawn is around, you know something big is brewing. And of course, our defensive leader Max Crosby was at the press conference too. This guy has seen multiple coaches come and go in Vegas, so his opinion carries a lot of weight. On his podcast, The Rush, Crosby talked about the positive energy and how he had already spoken with Carroll before the hiring became official. According to Crosby, it was great to finally sit down and talk with Carroll, get a sense of his vision, and start building that relationship. He also highlighted new GM John Spytek, who texted him immediately after being hired. And look, when a GM starts off by directly engaging with the team's key players, that's already a great sign that things might be different this time. If there's one thing that has destroyed the Raiders in recent years, it's the lack of consistency. Constant coaching changes, no time for a system to settle in. But now we have Pete Carroll, a guy who knows how to build a winning culture. He didn't just build the Legion of Boom, he turned the Seahawks into an elite franchise. Raider Nation, this could be the start of a new ERA. Carroll is a coach who knows how to get the best out of his players and create an environment where a winning mentality spreads. And with guys like Crosby and Davante Adams already on the roster, the right pieces are here. We just need a system that works. The truth is, the Chiefs have dominated the division in recent years, and the Raiders need a major shift to compete. If Wilson returns to playing at a high level, the Chiefs could have a lot to worry about next season. The quarterback conundrum. The quarterback position has been a problem for the Raiders in recent years. Since Derek Carr's departure, we've seen a true QB carousel with little success. Bringing in Wilson would add stability and experience, but is he the best option available? Some fans believe investing in the draft would be the best solution, while others think we need a veteran to take over immediately. What do you think, Raider Nation? Financial considerations. This entire discussion only makes sense if the Raiders can fit Wilson under the salary cap. His current contract is hefty and could strain the franchise's finances. And it's not just Carroll making moves. New GM John Spytek is already getting to work. And check this out. Crosby mentioned that Spytek reached out to him the same day he was hired. That shows he's serious about connecting with the team's leaders, understanding what needs to be done, and most importantly, getting to work now. The Raiders need a strong identity, both offensively and defensively, and Carroll and Spytek seem to be on the same page about this. They've already spoken about the importance of assembling a competitive roster, and from what we're hearing, this rebuild might be faster than people expect. Raider Nation, we might finally have the right people running the show. But hold on, because here comes the bombshell. Russell Wilson to the Raiders? That's right, folks. This week, rumors surfaced that the Raiders are keeping an eye on the quarterback situation with the Denver Broncos. And listen, considering that he and Pete Carroll already won a Super Bowl together, this starts making a lot of sense. Wilson's relationship with the Broncos is completely falling apart, and everyone knows he's not in their future plans. The question is, does Carroll see him as the perfect piece to lead the Raiders' offense? And more importantly, does Wilson still have what it takes to take a team to the top? Let's break down the pros and cons. On one hand, Russell Wilson is an experienced veteran, a Super Bowl champion, and he knows Pete Carroll's system well. Plus, he can still make plays with his legs, something the Raiders haven't had with Jimmy Garoppolo or Aiden O'Connell. On the other hand, Wilson has had a rough few seasons and his contract is heavy. Is he worth the risk, or would it be smarter to target a quarterback in the draft? Raider Nation, I want to hear from you. Would Wilson be a good fit for the Raiders? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And while the Raiders are making moves, guess who's in trouble? The Chiefs. That's right, Mahomes' empire is starting to show cracks. Between salary cap issues, roster uncertainties, and a defense that still hasn't found consistency, the reigning champs might finally be vulnerable. And Raider Nation, if there's ever been a chance to take these guys down in the AFC West, this could be it. If Carroll can establish a strong system right away, the Raiders could shock a lot of people in this division. So, what's the next big move for the Raiders? With a new head coach, a new GM, and this Russell Wilson bombshell, everything is up in the air. The draft is coming up, free agency is heating up, and the Raiders seem ready to shake things up. Now, it's just a matter of waiting to see what Carroll and SpyTech do next, but one thing is for sure, Raider Nation is watching and we'll be here covering every single update. And that's it, my friends. Pete Carroll is in, John SpyTech is building the team, and now the big question remains, who will lead this offense? Russell Wilson, a rookie from the draft, a surprise free agent signing? One thing is certain, this offseason is going to be crazy. So you already know, if you want to stay up to date on everything about the Raiders, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. And of course, drop a comment below. Wilson to the Raiders, yes or no? I want to hear your thoughts. See you next time, and as always, Raiders for life.